This is getting out of hand. Grimace did nothing wrong. Poor guy was just trying to celebrate his birthday, and you had to go and ruin it. You did this. Thanks a lot, Internet. Crushing dreams, one child at a time. In all seriousness, though, Internet horror has seen a revitalization and resurgence on the most unlikely of apps, TikTok. It goes to show that no matter what, horror will infiltrate the media of the day. It has only recently rose to mainstream with the Grimace Shake trend, which has sort of just shot horror on TikTok into the trending section on TikTok. A while back, it did kind of poke its head up a little bit, and I've actually covered that in a video about how the Mandela Catalogue has kind of infiltrated TikTok, and so analog horror has been creeping in. So what I wanted to do was make a video about horror on TikTok. So like I said, this has sort of been amplified with this whole Grimace trend. Some are particularly terrifying and kind of hone in more on the horror element.
Happy birthday, Grimace. Oh, man.
Happy birthday to
I've also seen an analog horror one, which was caught me off guard, but it was pretty cool, I thought, since I cover analog horror a lot.
This is an important PSA for all McDonald's customers. There is now a nationwide recall and safety concern for the annually released McDonald's Grimace Birthday Shake. If you have ingested this product, please call the number provided. We're sorry.
And it's kind of this revitalization of analog horror on TikTok, or almost a rebirth of analog horror on TikTok, that I want to talk about a lot in this video. There's kind of a trend, and I'll see it from multiple people, but there is one guy in particular named Spencer Lackey, who, I hope I said his name right, who does this a lot. It's like his whole channel's thing. And Spencer Lackey has turned off the save video function, unfortunately. I think he wants his videos to remain how they are and not be sort of reused or reposted in some cheap way. So I screen recorded them, and we're going to watch some of them. Spencer Lackey focuses a lot on the whole Mandela Catalogue thing. However, he has taken some things to his own. He's got a couple different playlists on his channel. I believe one is called Dreamscapes and one is called Hellscapes, and they're both terrifying. Here are just some examples of those. Spencer actually even did a Grimace video, and here's that. bringing sort of a unique style to what is already becoming a stale trend. So it's cool. I'm all for revamping things that are becoming stale. Analog horror is like 4-week-old crackers. It's so stale at this point. I've seen it. It doesn't scare me anymore. But screen recording these videos for this video at night was not fun. Like I said, Spencer's not the only one that does it. There's a couple other users who I don't have written down in mind, but their username should be on the screen, and I will certainly add them in the description so you can check them out for yourself.
Why I hate mirrors at night.
Leave what you see done.
As you can see, these themselves can even become sort of like predictable. It's like, okay, turns around, spooky face. But what is horror if not predictable? And what is good horror if not unpredictable? So some of them are actually really good. And this was unpredictable. When I first saw these, I was like, okay, what's going on? And then, it freaks me out. So it hasn't quite gotten stale yet. And I hope it doesn't, but it probably will. But while it's not, I thought I would talk about it. As far as I know, this all kind of started when the Mandela Catalogue started trending on TikTok. And you'd get videos from people like... I made a whole video on this. She commented on the video. What was her name? I don't remember. But these people kind of started this trend, and it's kind of cool that it's become a bigger thing. It's turned into its own beast. It's not just a Mandela Catalogue thing. They're not just using the Mandela Catalogue audio. It's turned into its own beast. Some of them are original stories. Some of them are inspired by the Mandela Catalogue and take place within that universe, but they're unique to itself, and I enjoy that. There's other like random one-offs that aren't quite the same but kind of follow the same format, and I'm just going to show some of those.
Hey, who are you talking to?
No one.
These sort of just speak for themselves, really. There's not much to say other than that I feel like that this is a revitalization of internet horror as a whole. Because, I mean, ever since like Marble Hornets, internet horror has largely been focused on what is now called analog horror, and it's stale, like I said. It's like 12-week-old crackers. It's just not fun anymore. It's all the same. There's some unique projects out there, but even all the classic analog horror projects are sort of shifting to digital horror. Like that's any different. It's just like the same scares different filter, you know. So these are very original and very cool, and I'm here for it because I love horror and I'm tired of seeing it just be boring. So these are really cool, and I enjoy seeing these pop up on my TikTok For You page. Like I said, there's sort of several genres of horror on TikTok, and all the ones I've shown so far, though some of them are different than others, are about the same, what I would consider the same genre of sort of this analog horror on TikTok. There is another type, which is very, very similar, but it is like these, like I call them like military horror stories. There's a few, and they're usually about the same. But they're extremely creepy, and one of them actually ruined my night. I was in a church by myself downloading something, and my buddy sent me this. And yeah, I had to just run out of the building. Actually, it freaked me out too bad. The unique things about these military horror ones is that they are usually based on true stories. Some of them aren't, but one of them I know in particular that really freaked me out actually is. Another way that horror kind of pokes its head up on TikTok, and this is a much more subtle, atmospheric way, is the utilization of TikTok's slides feature, which is fairly new-ish at the time of this video, and you just swipe through the pictures that someone has posted, and it's usually sort of showing you an aesthetic or putting you in a certain place at a certain time. And these are more atmospheric, like I said. They're more psychological and just, okay, place yourself here. These are the uneasy feelings you get. There's no jump scares or scary faces or anything. It kind of capitalizes on the idea of liminal spaces in and of themselves being creepy, not the things in or around the liminal space, the space itself becoming creepy. So it places you within a space and has you imagine how you would feel there. It's really emotional horror, or like psychological, kind of creepy. It's kind of where you start. There's all these synonyms for like scary, creepy, horror, terrifying, and there's differences between terror and dread and creepiness and eeriness, and these sort of fall under a more eerie and creepy vibe than would something like what Spencer Lackey is doing with his like horror, jump scare, terrifying, dreadful aspect of horror. Maybe I should make an entire video about dread versus eeriness. Dreadfulness versus eeriness. Good idea. But anyway, that was a quick look at horror on TikTok. I hope that this will revitalize the entire genre of horror on the internet as a whole and just spearhead into the next whatever the horror trend has in store for us as horror consumers and creators. I made my own little TikTok like this. So there's that. But anyway, with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Happy birthday, Grimace. I'll see you guys next time.